Hi, this is G from Native Speakers Academy, and welcome to 10-Minute English. This is where we introduce short articles from the news for upper intermediate and advanced level students. That's B2 and C1 in the Common European Framework. Today we are going to cover a story which has been in the news for the last few weeks, and it's related to popular culture. But before we do that, I would like to remind you that you can visit us at our website, which is www.nsa-slovakia.com. Subtitled The Center for Educational Theory and Research, because we have over 250 articles on education and social issues related to education. Use the search box at the top if you would like to find something specific. You can also visit one of our two YouTube pages. We have the Native Speakers Academy official page, and we have a page under my name, which is Graham William Hendry. So let's get on with things today. The article that we are going to look at is 7 Big Lies American Sniper is Telling America. Maybe you have seen in the news recently that there is a new film which is being very heavily promoted by the people who made the film. The film is American Sniper. It says on this Wikipedia page that it is a 2014 American biographical war drama film directed by Clint Eastwood and written by Jason Hall. It is based on the book American Sniper, the autobiography of the most lethal sniper in U.S. military history, by Chris Kyle. He was the sniper, with Scott McEwen and Jim DeFilis, with 255 kills, 160 of which were officially confirmed by the Department of Defense. Kyle is and was the deadliest marksman in U.S. military history. So, let's have a look at a little bit of information related to the film. This article was written by Zaid Jilani, and you can find it on Alternet. It was written on the 28th of January 2015, and links to the original article will be posted together with this video on the net. As usual, I have highlighted the relevant vocabulary in yellow. You can check it before we read through, or you can guess from the context and check the words after. I recommend using Google, typing in the word define followed by the word that you would like a definition of. You can also use the online etymology dictionary for the history of the word. Soldier originally meaning one having pay. I suggest one being sold. Or you can use visuwords for some funky relationships in language. Let's get into the article. The film American Sniper, based on the story of the late Navy SEAL Chris Kyle, is a box office hit, setting records for an R-rated film released in January. Yet the film, the autobiography of the same name, and the reputation of Chris Kyle are all built on a set of half-truths, myths, and outright lies that Hollywood didn't see fit to clear up. Nothing worse than a half-truth. So firstly, the film suggests the Iraq War was in response to 9/11. One way to get audiences to unambiguously support Kyle's actions in the film is to believe he's there to avenge the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The movie cuts from Kyle watching footage of the attacks to him serving in Iraq, implying there is some link between the two. Of course, there isn't a link. 15 terrorists from Saudi Arabia, at least they were trained in Saudi Arabia, attacked several buildings in the United States and hijacked planes, and so we in return attacked Afghanistan and Iraq. It doesn't seem to make much sense any way that you look at it. But then we're not dealing with logic here, are we? The film invents a terrorist sniper who works for multiple opposing factions. Kyle's primary antagonist in the film is a sniper named Mustafa. I guess they had to give him a classic name. Mustafa is mentioned in a single paragraph in Kyle's book, yet the book blows him up into an ever-present figure and Syrian Olympic medal winner who fights for both Sunni insurgents in Fallujah and the Shia Madre army. Interesting use of the language blows him up. To blow somebody up, of course, having two meanings, one meaning to explode and the other meaning to over-promote something. The film portrays Chris Kyle as tormented by his actions. Multiple scenes in the movie portray Kyle as haunted by his service. One of the film's earliest reviews praised it for showing the emotional torment of so many military men and women. And it is true now that more service people in the American military die from suicide than die in combat. That's the harsh reality. But that torment is completely absent from the book the film is based on. In the book, Kyle refers to everyone he fought as savage, despicable, evil. He writes, "I only wish I had killed more." Real nice, friendly mentality. The real Chris Kyle made up a story about killing dozens of people in post-Katrina New Orleans. Kyle claimed that he killed 30 people in the chaos of New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. It's interesting if you look back to see what actually happened during Hurricane Katrina. There were a lot of people who disappeared. Most people didn't care about that, as a lot of these people were prisoners, but it's still a fact. We don't know what happened to them. The real Chris Kyle fabricated a story about killing two men who tried to carjack him in Texas. Kyle told numerous people a story about killing two alleged carjackers in Texas. Reporters tried repeatedly to verify this claim, but no evidence of it exists. Chris Kyle was successfully sued for lying about the former governor of Minnesota. Kyle alleged that former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura defamed Navy SEALs and got into a fight with him at a local bar. Ventura successfully sued Kyle for the passage in the book, and a jury awarded Ventura $1.845 million, which is not really going to make up for the fact that he and his family were lied about. Chris Kyle's family complained he donated his book proceeds to veterans charity. Maybe that should be to a veterans charity or to various veterans charities, but he kept most of the profits. The National Review debunks the claim that all proceeds of his book went to veterans charities. Around 2%, $52,000 went to the charities, while the Kyles pocketed $3 million. It's all about the greens. It's all about the money, basically. Although the movie is an initial box office hit, there is a growing backlash against its simplistic portrayal of the war and misleading take on Kyle's character. The backlash has reportedly spread among members of the Academy of Motion Picture of Arts and Sciences. Interesting. Which could threaten the film's shot at racking up Oscars. Because again, it's all about winning. Source of the article is Alternet, and a link to the original article will be added under the video on the internet. So I hope that has given you a different perspective and an interesting perspective from what you have been hearing in the mainstream media recently. I also found earlier today a nice little video on the internet. It was from Russia Today, their American section, entitled "To Be a Hero You Must Have Honor, Jesse Ventura on American Sniper and SEAL Chris Kyle." It's a really, really interesting interview where they look at some of the facts behind the provenly false allegations made in the book. So what is it all together? It's just another wonderful piece of propaganda put out to promote war and the need to kill people, because if we don't like people, we should be able to invade their countries and get rid of them, according to some governments. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. You can visit us on the net, you can visit our home site, you can find us on YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, and in lots of other places as well. Or you can even take one of our special one-to-one English language study courses. Just send us an email if you are interested. This is about all we have time for today. If you'd like to give us some critical feedback on this, we would really appreciate it. Anyway, I wish you a good day, and I hope to speak to you soon. Take care.